Hello and welcome. I am Maestra Teacher and this is my 5th grade Oasis channel. I've been a teacher for more than 20 years and I've taught gen ed and bilingual classes as well. In today's video, I would like to share with you an easy and quick way that you can teach your 5th graders or even any elementary school student how to write cursive. If you are a new teacher or new to 5th grade, know that teaching cursive is one of the standards that we have to teach throughout the school year, at least in the state of Texas. Teaching cursive is not very popular nowadays because most teachers prefer to give importance to the other standards that are tested in the state test. However, you can teach easily a cursive lesson maybe in the beginning of the year, and then throughout the year you can create a center where students can constantly practice their letters. There are many different handwriting and cursive styles. The one I use and the one I'm about to show you is what I consider the simplest one for the students to learn. Maybe you don't know cursive yourself, so by watching this video, you can first learn how to do it yourself, practice a little bit, and you'll see how easy it will be to teach it to your students. There are 3 important things that I teach the students when we're about to learn cursive. The first one is that when you do a letter and it doesn't come out right, you're not going to be erasing because that's a waste of time. You just cross it out with an X, and that way I know it was incorrectly, and you continue, because they will be erasing a lot and it's going to waste a lot of time. So no erasing. If a letter comes out bad, they just cross it over. Number 2, you can use manuscript or cursive writing paper. This one right here I bought at the Dollar Tree. It says manuscript 1. And you can use this in your classroom. They cost $1.25 each. Buy one for each of your students, or have your school buy it for you. And if you cannot afford it, then at least buy one of them, and you can make copies of this kind of paper and give it to the students when you're doing your practices. If you're unable to afford it, it's okay. They can still do cursive writing in regular loose leaf paper or notebook paper as well. This kind of manuscript or writing paper comes this way because you should know that all the capital letters are to be taken the entire space, the entire line. So capital letters as big as this line, and then the lowercase are just half the line. So when you teach it to the students, you have to teach them that always capital letters are uppercase letters take the whole line, and then the lowercase ones only half the line. If you are teaching it in regular loose leaf paper, you demonstrate to them how it should look. If it's a capital letter, it should take the entire line. If it's a lowercase letter, then it will take only half the line. In the beginning, it will be hard for them to do it, and they might do very big letters, but you guide them to kind of control the handwriting so we can see the difference between the uppercase and the lowercase ones. I also teach the students that when we are doing cursive, we need to be sitting down straight so our letters can come out beautiful. I also teach them the importance of learning cursive because some of them don't see the purpose of it, but I explain to them that cursive is important, especially in the history or social studies class, because in 5th grade, we are going to be reading documents such as the Declaration of Independence and so on that were written back then in cursive. 5th graders love to learn cursive, and you will see how beautiful their handwriting comes out to be. Many students will write a lot better in cursive handwriting than in manuscript or print. Okay, let's go ahead and see how you're going to teach this to your students. You're going to teach that there are some base letters that they should learn first, and if they learn that base letter, they're able to do others. The first one is letter C, so you teach them to do letter C like a little wave, and they love it. Once they learn C, they can learn to close it and make an A. They can make a G. They can also make the O with the same trace. The letter D, as you can see, using C, they've learned C, A, G, O, and D. And then with the same trace, they're also going to learn Q. So those are the first ones that you will teach the students. Lowercase, half the line. Then you will teach the second base letter. Again, if they know how to do this one, they will be able to do about 5 more. And it's letter L. It's like a long loop to the top. Then E, using the same trace, letter F, then letter B, letter H, and also letter K. All of these are lowercase, but remember that the loops on top need to touch the line. The other base letter that they learn and it will help them make other letters is the base I, lowercase I. Very simple. Once they learn to do that one, they're able to do U, W, Y, and J, and also T. And the T should touch the line on top. So these are all lower cases that if they learn the base I, they can do is the same trace. The last set of letters are not with base 1. For example, M is just to create the 3 arches, while N is only 2 arches. Letter X is very simple, quite similar to the print one. And the last cluster of letters, these are no base. This S, Z, V, R, and letter P. All of them are lowercase and should only take half the line. Then when you practice your capital letters, remember to remind the students that all capital letters should take the entire line. Capital letters, believe it or not, are easier to make for them than the lowercase because they're big. And many of them are very similar to the lowercase ones, so they already know the basic trace for it. Just so you know, I'm using only white paper here so you can clearly see how they should be done. You can slow this video or replay it to see one by one the trace how it's done. Later on, I'm going to show you how this looks in cursive paper. In cursive paper, then you will create the whole line for the capital letters and half the line for the lowercase. You can do this in your classroom screen and the students can see your traces and have them practice. Maybe you can do 5 or 6 letters per day in the beginning, and you can give it again as a center or for homework for the students to practice. So they should take their time to do them. Then they can begin writing words and eventually sentences as well. Don't forget to remind students that when they are writing in cursive, they should not move the pencil out of the paper for every letter because the purpose of cursive is to write quicker. So they should just, with one stroke of the pencil, write the entire word. Well, there you have it. That's how I teach cursive. I hope it helps you to teach cursive to your students. Please tell me in your comments if you were able to do it or how do you teach cursive in 5th grade. Please also like my video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. And I'll see you in the next one. See you soon.